The fourth condition that is often confused for narcissism, and I know this is not going to be a popular thing that I talk about, and you're going to hate me, but trauma and complex PTSD symptoms can look like narcissism. I'm expecting people listening to this really not liking this because, as I've actually talked about in a previous episode, complex PTSD is there is a resurgence in the field of wanting to reclaim that, or claim in the first place, claim C-PTSD and say, hey, a lot of these disorders that are stigmatizing or kind of blame the person, they are actually a trauma response. People, I hear that more with people with BPD, where they're like, yeah, I lash out and scream and run away from relationships, but but if I have borderline personality disorder, you blame me. Whereas if I have complex PTSD, that recognizes that this was a reaction to something that happened to me, right? I'm a victim of something, and this is how my response. So I know that it's not going to be popular to say that people with complex PTSD can look like they're narcissists when they're really not, and vice versa. I do want to say that I do think that a lot of people are called narcissists, especially online, that might just have complex PTSD. So there is, I don't know about the actual overlap, but it's not uncommon, right? A lot of narcissism is a defense against trauma, right? People who've been neglected, people who've been abused as a child often develop symptoms of both. So the things that can look similar, again, is this blunting emotion. So something that's they don't look, they might not look that sensitive to your feelings. They might be kind of cut off. They might be self-focused, right? With narcissism, it's more of an interest in yourself and being special, whereas complex PTSD, that's like a protection against overwhelming feelings. But I think a lot of antisocial vibes of the both can feel similar. Like both people with narcissistic personality disorder and complex PTSD can be self-sufficient to a fault, right? I'm the only one who can do things and take care of myself. I'm defensive, like I don't take criticism very well. I'm the only one who matters. I'm the only one who I can rely on. And they don't trust other people, which can be devaluing, right? So I see in complex PTSD often people don't trust others, right? Because there's a history of being abused or hurt or left by other people. So relationships and secure attachment is like not, it's fragile for people with complex PTSD. So they don't trust anyone. It's like anyone, like when they go out and date, they might be like, oh, that person said, that person went to this school and it isn't as good as what I think. Or they I mean, I've often hear that they'll be guarded against people who don't meet like certain criteria in dating, right? They're just not as smart, or they're not as accomplished, or they I don't know, haven't been in a relationship for a while. So people with both disorders will look for reasons to push someone away or even like devalue them. People with complex PTSD, it's almost just like a wall. It's like, I can't get hurt. I can't get close to someone. It's too hurtful. So I'll keep them at arm's length. Whereas people with narcissism are like, I keep them at arm's length and down. And of course that could be, sound similar, right? You could, both people can sound snotty, right? Like, oh, I'm not going to date that person because, you know, they came from a worse school than I do, or they came from a bad neighborhood. Well, that could be a trauma response. Like, the idea of letting someone in and trusting someone is so scary that I'm going to look for reasons why they're not worthy, or I shouldn't rely on them. I shouldn't open up to them, right? But complex PTSD is all about not triggering the memories of what they've been through, not opening up those wounds, that trauma.